Scaredycast. Nice.
Hey.
You were flat.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Your timing is shit.
Timing is shit.
Listen, we got so much stuff.
We got to just go.
This is a loaded up show. The only way I think I'm even going to get through this episode is if I kick it off with a magic mind.
Ooh, me too, please.
Good
Yes.
call, Tonebone. You know what? Let's do a little.
Just do some magic mind. Cheers.
Cheers.
Get your
Bottoms
matcha
up.
in you. I'm ready to enter my flow state. Tell us about magic mind, Kelsey.
You know what? Magic Mind is absolutely wonderful because it helps give you some energy. It helps you focus. You drink it along with your morning, afternoon, or evening caffeine. And it's really good for you. It's got matcha. It's got some of those great
Vitamins.
great mushrooms.
Ooh, there's mushrooms in there too?
You can take it anytime.
What? You could take it anytime?
You can take it anytime. There's mushrooms in
My
it.
God. I think
There
there
is.
There's adaptogens, matcha, nootropics for
Adaptogens.
focus and vitamins
That's
for immunity.
right.
So you take this, you're going to get your energy from your caffeine. Plus, this is like the fuel additive you use to your car to clean out your engine. All right? Toss this in with your coffee or whatever you take for your energy. This is going to wake your mind up. This is going to clear you out, give you some vitamins, give you a nice slap to the face.
You know what?
Speaking of slaps to the face.
Go get some. First of all, how can people get their own Magic Mind?
Oh, just go to magicmind.com. Use code SCAREDYC.
Ooh.
Scared to see you're
for
gonna
a
get
little discount?
A little
10%.
discount.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of slaps to the face, we got so many announcements. You're going to feel like you were slapped in the face with announcements. We got some not breaking, but this is news. A lot of people have been waiting for. We've been asked about it for the past few months, and we're here to announce.
What is it, Tony?
I know, come on.
ScaredyCon 2 is happening, baby! And it's not just happening anywhere. It's happening right at the Sanctum of Horror. So you're going to get the crap scared out of you. You're going to get hugs from us because we're just going to be there hanging out all night.
Because we're also going to get the crap scared out of us.
You're going to get the laughs scared out of you.
Ooh. And then we're going to put the laughs back in you.
We're going to hold you down and we're going to shove those laughs right back down your throat.
ScaredyCon 2 is happening at the Sanctum of Horror. We're going to have some of our favorite vendor friends there. We're going to have the food trucks there. Sanctum of Horror is going to be there scaring the living daylights out of you.
Oh, yeah.
And this is going... Go ahead.
Oh.
I just wanted to say, this is like a special night. You are only going to get certain things happening this night than any other night that Sanctum is putting on.
Let me tell you exactly, Brian, and you know what that means? That means if you go to their website and get your tickets for that night and use code SCAREDY, get yourself a few bucks off every ticket.
Ooh, I like that. But you know what's so cool? It's not just that. You're not just getting scared and you're not just having that. There's going to be some really cool vendors there for ScaredyCon 2.
And if I'm not mistaken, maybe little performances in between that
We're gonna just have to
we cannot
wait and
disclose
find
yet.
out.
We might have some friends from the previous ScaredyCon there, like This Robot Cannot Human might
Incredible.
be back doing his
So
thing.
talented.
If you guys don't know what This Robot Cannot Human is, go look up on TikTok right now.
Oh, you're probably all wondering, like, is there going to be any celebrities there?
Is there going to be any celebrities there?
Stay tuned.
Oh, damn.
Tony, where can they get these discounted tickets?
Or find out all of the information
Yeah,
about
what day
Sanctum
is
of Horror.
it? Did you even say what day?
I didn't say what day it is, did I? It's on October 18th, Friday night.
Perfect time right before Halloween. Go. You know what? Perfect date night. Perfect family night. Perfect singles night. Bring someone.
It's just going to be a perfect
Bring
night.
yourself.
It's just
It's
basically
gonna be a perfect, night.
night.
You can be us. We're gonna be like up on the stage, like doing some fun stuff here and there. You know, it's gonna be a great time.
It'll be awesome.
Just get your bus to sanctumofhorror.com and grab those tickets for any night you want to go. But if you go on ScaredyCon 2 night, October 18th, use code SCAREDY, get $5 off each ticket you buy.
Beautiful.
Did you know that?
I know it now.
Okay, good.
I'm
glad
so
you know
excited.
now.
You know what? Real talk. This has all been real talk. I love Sanctum of Horror. Everyone out there is absolutely incredible. They are just good people. They build this stuff. Like, this is a family enterprise. They build these things
Every year.
every year. The actors are incredible. When Tony said you're going to get the crap scared out of you, he's not kidding. This is an incredible, it's not just one haunted house, it's 2 haunted houses, and they're scary and they're good. And we scream a lot.
Yeah, it's
and
gonna
we
be-
leave Tony behind.
Crap
lot.
my pants.
I literally spit.
Nice.
Oh, man. All right. What's
Ew.
next? Dude, this Sunday, July 28th,
Yeah.
Day the Res Stood Still 2
Oh, I
is
can't
happening with
wait.
Woodenhead Collective. We had them on the past 2 episodes. We're going to be there all night doing a live show.
Costume parties, food, fry bread, family fun for all you fluffers. There's a lot of Fs. There's a lot of Fs. I just wanted to keep it
I
going.
know. I was hoping to see.
I was like,
you
fluff
could
friends.
just keep
What
it
about
going.
fun?
I
I
already
think he
said
said
fun.
fun. I think he said fun.
I started.
What about flings?
Falafel.
You might find a fling.
There might be falafel.
Might be a little summer
falafel
fling
fry
there.
bread.
July 28th, it's going to be on the Salt River Pima Indian community.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, it's going to be amazing. We love Woodenhead. They're freaking awesome. If you didn't
Yes.
listen to the last 2 episodes, make sure you go back and listen to them because they're incredible. Like we said, we're going to have a live show there. We're also going to be judging the costume contest. There's going to be prizes. You guys better bring it.
Yeah.
There's going to be
So
a
much.
monster.
I know.
Like
and
a
that's only
monster
what?
mash or
This
something?
coming weekend?
Yeah.
Like, we have so much to go from there. We're just getting started.
I mean, just wait because, golly, guys.
Golly.
Golly gee
Golly gee
willikers.
willikers. I'm just going to speed run through these next notes
Do
so we
it.
get on
Okay,
with this
sure.
show.
We're
Because
gonna-
I'm sure
I'm gonna-
people, they're like, all right, guys, I get it. October 23rd, get your butts up to Jerome, Arizona, because we're going to be at the Spirit Room doing a live show. And speaking of live shows, Brian, what's happening starting in October as well? The first weekend of October is what?
Is it Days of the Dead?
It's Days of the Dead in Atlanta.
Atlanta, ATL, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We're hitting the road with Days of the Dead for a Scaredycast live tour.
We're
Everybody.
going. We
I
are
just-
straight up going on tour, guys.
We're going to be
we're hitting the road.
We're hitting the road. We're going to be in Atlanta, October 4th through the 6th. Chicago, November 22nd through 24th. Las Vegas, January 17th through 19th. And then taking a little break. Then we get back on the road that next summer. We're going to be in Indianapolis in June, back here in Phoenix in July. We're going to be in Los Angeles at some point next year as well. Date undetermined.
Also, lest ye forget, if you guys pay attention to a post that we probably have posted by now, there's actually a giveaway for a skateboard from BAM that you guys really, BAM Margera, the only BAM you know, has given us a skateboard and he wants us to give it away. So you guys need to definitely check out our page and pay attention if you want to get your hands on that ball.
Oh, Kelsey has it right there.
Kachiga.
If you want that, go to our post on Instagrams and everywhere else and find out how you can win
Yes,
it.
BAM also said whoever gets that, if you go to one of these cons and you see him, if you ever go to a BAM signing, you tell him this board is from Scaredycast, and he said he will do it for free. So just throwing that out there. That's just another little thing. Got a little BAM Margera.
Yeah, this is sick, bro.
How was that? How was that
sick.
sody?
Oh, God, that's so good.
That Dr. Pepper and cream soda, 0 sugar. What's
All right,
next?
so make sure you guys are going.
Sorry, I'm so
Jesus,
sorry. God.
I wanted to try that, and now that just disgusted me so much. I don't even want to put my lips on that can.
I'm sorry. I stopped drinking soda. I haven't had much soda lately, and so this is like my tummy was just
My
like
stomach,
my stomach. Jesus. There's not even any sugar in there, dude.
It tricked it.
It's
It was
just
a thing. It was
carbonation,
sugar.
man.
Shit.
That was good.
All right. Do we have more announcements or do we want to get into the spooky?
Let's get into the spooky shit.
Spooky, spooky. What's your spooky?
What do you, well, let me take a look at my my notes here.
I heard that last, on the previous episode, we talked about the Alaska Triangle. I heard there's another triangle we need
There's
to be aware
another
about
deadly
that.
angle that we must talk about.
Oh, great.
You know what? I like that you have your glasses down like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah, you should just stay like that all the time. You too, Tony. Do that with your glasses. Let me put my sunglasses on.
So last time we were here, we talked about the Alaskan Triangle. And today we're going to be talking about the Bridgewater Triangle.
Oh,
The Bridgewater Triangle is a 220 square mile area of land in
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan, you say?
Kentucky.
Oh,
Kentucky.
You guys remember what else was in
this is
Kentucky?
just the Appalachian Mountains.
You know what I'm saying?
Be careful how you say that.
Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian. Yeah, I got skewered like a corn dog for saying Appalachian. It's Appalachian.
Nah, I don't know, but some people say Appalachian.
I'm just
Dude,
gonna call them-
I watch TikTok videos all
I'm gonna call
day
it
and
the
they'll say
apples.
Appalachian, and I don't see comments on there blowing them up, so whatever.
I'm going to
gonna
say the Apple Mountains.
They're just spooky mountains.
Spooky Mountains.
So you have up north, you have a place called, is it Abington or Abington? A-B-I-N-G-T, probably Abington.
Oh.
I don't know, whatever. It's in the north. You got southwest is Rehoboth, and then in the southeast is a city called Freetown. And in that triangle, which has now since expanded a shit ton, there is an unbelievable amount of strange, or what they call high strangeness that happens in that area.
High strangeness.
Remember, this is Kentucky.
That's my biography title.
I was going to say,
Hey,
you
nice.
guys, when you hit your vapes, like you're fucking calling and texting like crazy, man.
What you talking about? That's like all day. That's
Brian
like
will be in
every
the
day.
back, like while we're driving here, and like he'll just start talking. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a strange high.
Name one time.
High.
Exactly.
High strangeness.
Strangeness.
It's a high strange tide.
That's the name of our next podcast.
Ooh, high
So,
strangeness.
well, I'm still waiting to do my high on
High on
horror.
horror? I
I'm
know.
still waiting.
you can literally
We'll
do
get
it
this one.
anytime.
Well, I know, but it's better with all of us.
I think you're just trying to drag me down.
Fine, I'll just do it with Tony then.
To the
You can go
wheel.
kiss boys at an Applebee's somewhere.
I will.
Whoa.
Make it Chili's at least. God damn.
Guess what?
Yeah.
In this triangle,
Yeah.
there's aliens, of course.
Of course.
Bigfoot, orbs, you
Orbs.
name it. How about
Devil
ancient
dog.
birds that aren't supposed to exist anymore?
Like dodos?
Like Phoenix?
oh, like mythical birds.
Multiple, no, well, yeah, but
pterodactyls.
also species that would be like way too big now and should have died off like millions of years ago.
What?
Yeah.
How big?
Sightings of giant snakes, like not like Anaconda movie ridiculousness.
Anaconda skin.
Oh,
Remember when John Voight does that? He's like, it's anaconda skin.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't know, the way you're saying it though makes my belly
Remember when like
Wait,
Jennifer
Kill Bill?
Lopez is like doing her thing and she just looks at him and he's just staring at her. He's like,
With the lip quivering.
Oh,
this is John Voight.
that makes my belly button feel weird.
Anaconda.
I do not remember that movie.
Dude,
like,
I just remember him going, it's anaconda skin.
Jesus.
It's anaconda skin.
I don't like that at all.
It's anaconda skin.
I hate it. The little tongue thing you're doing. One more time and I'm gonna. No. Oh God, put it away.
Is he dying in this?
You guys ever heard of a
Ew.
puck wedgie?
Oh, no.
Puck wedgie?
Puck wedgie.
No.
Like in hockey?
This sounds like an adorable little duck-billed
It's a goblin.
goblin.
It's like a little. No, they're supposed to live up in like where Aunt Hellier was about like
Yeah.
the show that I was all into in freaking Kentucky in the Appalachian goddamn mountains. They got puck wedgies. They're supposed to be like these little like big nose like gnome kind of like goblin people, man.
They're
And-
in this triangle?
Yeah, along with the orbs and the aliens. I mean,
What's not in there?
that's what I'm saying. But every time you mention one of these triangles, actually, I don't know about the. Oh my God, I just
When
forgot the
will
name
it
of the
ever
big
be
one.
like a
The
hexagon?
Bermuda. That one I thought was just kind of like, ooh, weird gases coming from the ocean and then planes go down. But like the Alaskan Triangle, the Bridgewater Triangle, all these, it's like there's so much of the same thing that happens in these spots. Kind of like how Sedona is one of those vortexes they say where like a crazy ton of shit happens. And same as Skinwalker Ranch. It's one of those vortexes where you just see everything. So there's apparently one, of course, in Kentucky, where there is just this, and like I said, all the reports, you can see like the triangle. It was like coined back in like 82 by this guy, Lauren Coleman, who's like a super paranormal, or not paranormal, but a cryptozoologist. He's super into all these like, things, really well established guy. And he kind of coined that phrase. Well, since then, the triangle just has grown and grown and grown, and it almost expanded the entirety of Kentucky. And so,
They made Kentucky grow?
no, I'm saying the triangle. Damn it, dude.
Sorry, my brain just
the
went
triangle
like,
has grown so big that it's
Yeah,
like
all the
almost spanning
sightings.
all of
Okay.
Kentucky.
So it's almost
covered the map
all of
now.
Kentucky.
It's like encompassing,
Got
all of
So it's
Kentucky.
basically a rectangle now because that's like what Kentucky is.
yeah,
Kinda.
yeah.
Thanks.
So there is a ton of things happening there, and I could have gone through just hundreds of stories and started naming them off.
Yeah.
But I wanted to shout this out because I was actually DM'd, I think, on the video about the Alaskan Triangle by our friends over at the OPC podcast.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, you guys are talking about the Alaskan Triangle. You ever heard of this one?" And I was like, "No, but this is awesome. I'm gonna look it up." And like I said, I could take up the rest of the podcast. Just stories of crazy shit happening there. But look it up, guys. If you're into
What's one? What's
spooky
like one?
stories,
Do you know one off the top of your head?
Oh shoot! I mean,
He's
I
like,
read
I
through
have so many
many
stories. I can't even.
Well, that's
say.
the thing. I was reading through them all last night, and I was like,
Is this where Hellier took place?
I don't know if Hellier is inside the triangle, but Hellier's in Kentucky.
Yeah, I know it's like in that
I mean,
area.
like you said before, dude, Appalachian Mountains. Like it's just gonna be there's cryptids, lights, orbs, weird planes. I mean, tons of UAP sightings.
Dude.
Yeah,
There was like I was watching some Unsolved Mysteries.
I love Unsolved Mysteries.
And it's the new. It's like the most recent season 3.
Oh, it's not the guy that's like, you were wrong.
No, there's like a
it's
new
one
series
now.
that's like
I think
updated.
I think it's like the creators of Stranger Things like produce it.
It's
Whoa.
so good.
It's
It's,
really
so
good.
well
Holy
done.
shit.
It's
Is it on
really,
Netflix?
really well
Yeah.
done.
Oh, that's cool.
The episode I watched though was about these officers in the Navajo Nation in Arizona and like the northeast corner, and it was like the year 2000. So like they were getting so many reports and calls from people about UFOs and Bigfoot and just paranormal shit that they were ignoring it because they're just like, we don't have like any technical way to handle this stuff and like whatever, like, okay, we don't, like, you know. But it got to be so many that people were complaining like, hey, why aren't you doing anything about this? So they had to assign 2 people to like basically be the paranormal department. Like it was really just 2 guys that were there, and they were just like, "It's you 2 guys." And there was there was like a reason. I think the reason why
That's like
the worst.
That's like literally like real life Fox or
X-
like
it's like X-Files.
X-Files. Yeah, thank you.
It's exactly yeah. That's what they said too. Is like this is like the X-Files. Like we were just put in this, and it was like they were like having to track down like there was Bigfoot sightings on like a river, and they had to go investigate that, and there was
Like,
That's my
UFO
dream
sightings
job.
and like
go apply for the FBI.
No, that's on the didn't you say that was on the res?
yeah.
Yeah, so I can't do that. It won't let me on there.
But it was like, I didn't know how, like I said that I need my horror movies to only be like 90 minutes, but I was sitting there watching and like, I don't want this to end. I'll watch these 2 guys tell me about their crazy stories for hours on end.
You guys hear that? You have you have 1 viewer for your
So much so
feature
I was like,
series.
we should probably drive out there and try to talk to these
That
guys.
would
That'd be
be
cool. Hell yeah.
'Cause, like,
DM the shit out of them.
I don't
Dude,
know,
slide them
sign
in
up.
the
if you set it up, I'm so down.
'Cause,
I'm
like,
down
dude,
too.
they
I want to
were,
go out
like-
and see the stuff. I want to be in the creepy places.
Where
there's-
was this at?
It's like the northeast corner of Arizona.
Oh,
like
it's
that
in
whole area.
AZ.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
so like in the Navajo Nation?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was like a lady who said like Bigfoot was knocking on her door. So she set up like a camera and caught like a still image of this young juvenile Bigfoot like running across
I
her
swear-
yard.
Tricks.
I swear
Cute.
to God, if we go to this res and we see the picture of that and all that, like, dude,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Did it show it on the?
Yeah.
What?
That's huge. That's like,
I mean, it's like any other Bigfoot video where it's like you can't like,
You're like,
it's not like that's definitively a Bigfoot in this picture. It's like if you say that's a juvenile Bigfoot running across the
yeah, I
yard,
can
then that's
see
what
it.
I see right there. Kind
Okay.
of thing.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Okay. So
But
it's a
there was
maybe.
like a UFO. Some dude saw a UFO with like light tentacles coming out of it and got like pictures of it.
Oh.
They were like investigating some building and coins kept falling from they don't know where.
Coins?
And all the coins were landing heads up.
Fuck.
Like,
that.
dude,
That's like the creepiest
But
thing
they were
out of all
like,
that.
they were talking about how like they've been on hundreds of these types of cases. And it's like, dude, like,
what?
We need to get in contact with these
I was
people
like,
now.
I'll listen to these guys talk
Immediately.
about all of these things. Like, why don't these guys have their own show?
Literally,
Yeah.
for real.
So that it's funny you mentioned that
Oh my
because
god, I want to watch that.
that reminds me of the movie I watched. Can we talk about it now? Or should I wait?
You want to jump into movies?
Let's
Well,
go.
I just wanted to say.
Let's jump into movies.
Let's go.
Movies. Movies.
yeah. We're
Movies.
All right, so I watched upon your recommendation it was a documentary. I thought it was going to be a movie because the cover looks like a really cool like werewolf looking mouth thingy.
Ooh, yeah, that
but
sounds
it's
cool.
called Dogman Territory. And I believe you said we were given this. Is it a screener or what?
Yeah, I think it was a screener given to us. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I went and bought it anyways. Oh, I rented it off of Prime, so I missed that, but it doesn't matter. It is an entire. If you guys know what Dogman is, it's basically a werewolf without all the magic. Dogman is more take it more animal. That's like the Bigfoot that lives out there. There is a half dog man thing, but minus the whole like fantasy aspect and the moon, and you know what I mean.
It's more gritty.
Yeah,
just grittier.
Yeah, not like doing the gritty, but more like an animal than a fantasy mythical creature.
Not like the NHL mascot.
Beast.
I love Gritty the mascot. He is so delulu and unhinged. I love it.
Delulu.
Delulu for all my girls out there.
Whoa.
Me and Gritty, Delulu together along with a lot of America.
So anyways, I watched Dogman Territory, and this guy basically does what I want to do. He goes out and he goes and interviews all these people and is getting like all of their firsthand stories, and they're like, oh my God, like if any of these happened to me, I would kill myself. I'd be dead for sure. And then he goes out a little bit like and just kind of looks around. I was hoping that it would be more like hands-on research because I love the like boots in the mud out there, like holy crap, look at we found this carcass up in a tree. Like that's cool. I want to see that stuff. I will say like it was really well put together, and it's much more like a documentary. There's a lot of witness stories and stuff like that. I love them. I listen to podcasts of just like spooky cryptid stories. So if you're into that, I think you'll really like this movie.
What's an example of like one of the stories that you're like, holy shit?
Like I said, there's so many. It's literally like an hour and 34 minutes. It's like right on that cusp, right where you want it. And it's just like nonstop. It's like they go to this guy and here's a story, and then they go to this guy and here's a story. And they talk about how these cops did a cover up because there was like a massacre. 4 people were just completely torn apart. And they had this one lady who was up in a tree, just completely mauled. And apparently the report on the officer's side was just basically like, we found a body. And like they like tried to cover it up, and it was like really weird.
Not even like trying to say it was like a
they were just like, nope, just a murder
or mountain lion attack or anything
and
like that.
And then it does go into a little bit how there's random places that get shut down and like just barred off at certain parts of the year, but not even like when it's snowing. It's just like, why?
So Dogman is like an entity?
Well, Dogman is supposed to be just like a Bigfoot. It's just like another creature that exists out there. But people say it looks like a werewolf. It's like a bipedal wolf man.
A rougarou.
And I mean, these things.
I'd be way more afraid of seeing a wolf man, like werewolf thing, than a Bigfoot, I think.
Then again, I don't know, because it depends on what Bigfoot look like too. There's some terrifying looking ones. And it could look more just like a person or a monkey.
What if a Bigfoot and a Dogman had a baby and it was a big dog?
Big dog. Big dog man.
Get back in the kitchen.
Big dog man. You misogynist asshole cryptid.
Get up on the porch because you can't run with us.
If you can't hang with the big dog, get back on the porch. Get your puppy ass back on the porch.
Puppy ass.
Woo! Isn't that what it says?
Nah, something like that.
Kind of like that.
Dog
probably.
eat dogs.
Oh, you know what that's from? For anyone that watches Below Deck, Captain Lee said that. He's like, if you can't run with the big dogs, get your puppy ass back on the porch. And he always has like all these really crazy sayings. We're like, what the fuck is he saying? Anyways,
like
Below Deck is amazing.
Dog the Bounty Hunter would say or something.
Yeah, nice.
But he's way cooler because he's like a captain of a yacht and stuff.
Whoa, she's fucking out here doing the rolling.
What is that?
Limp Bizkit.
Oh.
Okay, so anyways, this documentary it was fun. I liked all the stories. They didn't get any like proof or anything, but there is some weird government kind of cover up shit happening in it.
Of course.
There's this black helicopter that goes right over them while they're interviewing, and they're like, oh. And it was just like so blatantly like, hi, we see you.
Just people with binoculars.
We know what you're doing.
It was like, we see you guys, don't worry.
Just
and
like
it was
4 pairs of
it was actually pretty cool. I was like, oh shit. Because then you see him fly to this.
You know they hired
Hey
them.
man, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, watch this movie. It's called Dogman Territory. If you're into Dogman and Cryptid, it's worth a watch. I rented it. I think it was on sale for 99 cents to rent, so I did that.
Okay.
But check it out on Prime.
I have a question for you guys. Horror Press, who is our, we're on the Horror Press podcast network.
Of course.
They're awesome.
They posted a little article the other day about the goriest movie of all time. They're saying that Dead Alive is the goriest, or if not one of the goriest movies of all time. So I wanted to know what you guys think is the goriest movie of all time.
Well, I haven't seen
I have a
lot
question.
of movies.
Yes.
Are we saying gore like Starship Troopers is gore? Because there's
Just-
a lot of guts, but it's not like people guts. It's not horror guts.
I
Like, are you saying what's like the bloodiest movie where there's
Probably,
the most
yeah,
death
like
and all that stuff?
like what's the goriest?
It have to be like
just
a Saw or like
death
Human
and-
Centipede or something.
body parts.
Human
and things,
Centipede's
like-
gross.
Oh,
It's
not gory.
super gory.
I would think of like a Saw.
There is gore. There's one part where this lady, oh God, you guys want to hear it? This is one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in a horror movie.
What horror movie is it?
It's Human Centipede 2.
Oh,
I definitely didn't watch
I
Beyond
didn't watch
One.
it, yeah.
I watched
one. I'm like, good.
One was
no, thank
one
you.
was like
More of this.
meh. 2 was way more crazy and more entertaining, and 3 was less.
What happens in 2?
Okay, well, in 2, there's this one scene where this
Oh,
woman
boy,
is
here we
very,
go.
very pregnant, and she's in the line, right? Well, she ends up, I think she just like rips the stitches out of her face, whatever. She gets in, she's been tortured and doing all this nasty stuff forever, so she runs out, and the guy's like, oh shit, she's getting away, and she runs in the car.
Was she
and
the end one?
No.
So she ripped from both
She's just
sides.
like one that gets away. Oh, wait, I don't remember. I don't know. But anyways, the point is she slams the door and the guy's trying to get in and she locks it, and then she goes into labor, and then she gives birth to the baby on the floor, but then turns the car on and floors it and steps
squishes her
right
baby?
through the baby's head.
Oh,
Just crushes her
God.
newborn and slams on the gas. And I was like, oh God, like it comes out 3, 2, 1, right through its head. I was like, Jesus.
All right, here's the thing. My God, for one thing,
That is so. First of all, that's not. Okay.
I kind of want to watch this movie now. But all right, so here's the thing.
It's messed up.
So there's like that, and then there's other movies where I think of scenes like that, but that's just a scene. Like what from like
Beginning to
a
end.
majority of this movie is like just nonstop. God dang.
You know
I
what?
don't think I've ever seen a movie that is like that. For me, it would be
Right.
one of the Saws, like because I haven't seen a lot of
That's
like
kinda like
really
the
gore.
worst,
Yeah,
yeah.
like those are like one of the like some of the worst movies I've seen. I've heard like a Serbian film is but I don't know. I
Once
don't know if
again,
it's gory or
not
if it's
gory,
just
it's
just
fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
I would have to say for me, immediate thought. I mean, obviously, if I research more, I might
The
find
Fury
something.
one or whatever.
The Evil Dead remake.
Oh.
Damn it,
a
I haven't
reboot
seen
or
that
whatever.
yet.
I would probably say is
You know what?
probably
That's going on my
like
list.
the
I'm gonna watch
goriest.
that.
Because there's literally like, it starts raining blood. It's like the most blood you've ever seen in a movie.
So that's
Like it's
that's a good
insane.
one.
And just some of the kills in it are like,
It's bad.
and even the most recent Evil Dead one, like that too. Like
I haven't seen any of them.
they're Evil Dead, man.
So you disagree with? Have you seen the one that horror press said
Dead
was
Alive,
the?
yeah, I've seen Dead Alive,
But you
and
don't
I
agree
would
with it?
say that's up there.
But not like the most for you.
Yeah.
Weren't you guys saying like Terrifier was like really bad?
Terrifier 2 has one of the most like gratuitous, like it literally the whole point is to veer you to just be like, stop, don't do any more, and then he gets more, and you're like, come on, Blaze, no more, and then he gets more, and you're like, ah. So like, is it
Can't
the
handle it.
goriest? It's real bad.
It's probably the goriest
You know what?
scene in a movie I've
Hostel
ever seen.
2 is a really good one, I will say,
Yeah.
because
Is that where he, like he chops off some dude's wiener?
yeah, I think
she chops
Well,
up some
there's
dude's
there's
wiener.
multiple scenes. The first one I thought was kind of boring. The third one is pretty bad too, but the second one I think is the best for just like, oh shit. I'll probably just say that for lack of
Okay.
because I'm sure there's one out there that I'm not thinking of, and I'll think of it at like 3 a.m. and like a month from now, and I'll go fuck. But Hostel 2 has some of like the most like, oh fuck, like gross kills. So to me, it's like that goriness. One of them is the girl's hanging upside down, and there's a lady with a scythe, and she's just cutting into her and taking a bath in it. So I mean, he's literally
yeah.
bathing in blood. Then there's the whole scene where the guy's torturing her, and he gets the table saw stuck in her head, and it makes this like it gets stuck. And the way he's ragdolling her and her lifeless eyes, she's completely dead. And then he like rips part of her scalp off, and then it's so gross that in the movie he gets creeped out and changes his mind and tries to escape, and then he gets torn apart by dogs. That's how fucked up it is. The guy in the movie, it's canon to be like, oh, this is fucked up. And then there's another scene in that movie.
And then
There's another scene in that movie where this guy is being eaten alive, but he's just out on a table, shivering, shaking.
alive by what?
Completely
By the person?
Completely naked, and he's just shivering. And you see his right leg is just all muscles
flayed?
and tendons.
You know what? I've seen
and
that
there's
scene.
a guy playing classical music, and he walks up to the dude, and
I've seen that
he
scene.
sticks his fork in, and he starts cutting a piece off of his leg, and then he pulls it off, and the dude's just like,
What movie is this
screaming.
again?
And then he just puts it on his plate. And
Hey,
starts
Hostel
eating it.
2.
Hostel 2. God.
That is a couple of my really favorites. So there you go.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now everybody's
For
like,
consideration
sorry
for
making me
future
throw up.
lists.
Hopefully you're
Press.
not all listening to this while you're enjoying dinner tonight.
Yeah, maybe
Or breakfast or lunch.
should have maybe gave a little
Trigger warning.
Heads
Yeah.
up.
whoops.
Sorry. Kelsey, did you watch any movies?
I watched a movie with you guys.
Oh, we're going to talk about that movie right now?
Oh, you don't want to? You don't want to talk about it right now?
Let's talk about it.
It's the only movie I watched that you guys want to talk about. So
Dang, all right. Maybe you should watch one.
if you don't want to talk about,
Maybe you don't
have you watched any movies, Tony?
I've
You,
watched,
you
well,
go
if
with
we're
yours.
going to include that one, I've watched 5 movies. So, what are you doing?
You want one of his?
Well, you want to wait to do it
Do
till you're done.
Because we watched Long Legs
We
together.
watched Long Legs.
Dude,
it was
yes.
so good, you guys.
Yes.
I've talked a lot of shit about Mr. Nicolas Cage.
Have you?
Right on this own platform.
Interesting.
I've gotten a lot of shit back for it. He was incredible in this movie.
Real quick, are we going to do a spoilery review?
Yes.
I think we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Spoilers for Long Legs coming up.
Spoilers happening. So basically, the movie opens up, and this little girl is like sees a car come up to her house. She walks out. You don't know what's happening. Boom. Fast forward. This woman is like an FBI agent, and like is brought in on this special case after she witnesses her partner being murdered from her just literally just pointing at a house and being like, "That's it." And that was the house. So she's like kind of like, it's setting up that she's kind of like
Psychic, a little
psychic
something.
type
Which I will be
thing.
honest, right away I was like, oh, I didn't want a movie based on like she just has powers. I
But
think
it
that's
wasn't
lazy
really
writing.
like that.
No,
Yeah.
and I will say, if you're like me and you go into the movie and go, oh, don't be about psych, and it's good. Just hold on, just ride it out.
Yeah. And so they are basically trying to find the pattern of what's been happening over the course of years. Like what, like 25 years?
30 years.
30
yeah.
years.
Of a serial killer.
30 years of a serial killer. There seems to be a pattern where it's families and there's usually a child, usually a little girl it's always a little girl.
It's usually the kids killing
yeah.
or yeah.
Or like,
Well, they think at
everyone
the
gets-
beginning, I think they think it's the dad all the time.
Yeah, they always
because
think it's the
there's no
dad.
signs of like
No
forced
forced
entry
entry.
or any of that. Like they're like, it has to be. If it's not the dad, then I don't know who it is because there's no signs of like anybody else being
Right.
there.
But but long legs always will have like a note or some way to be like, see, I was there. And they're like, how does he be there, but he's not there? Like,
it's-
what is long legs?
Yeah, these notes are totally encrypted. No one can crack it. It just is, it's like all these weird symbols that no one knows what the hell they are. And then it's always signed long legs. So they bring this woman in who is in It. What's her name? I always forget. She's in It Follows, which I absolutely love.
Oh, yeah.
She's
I
so
forgot
good.
her name. It's like Micah or Maka. Like
More.
Micah Moore. Micah Moore.
Micah,
Micah
whatever.
Moore.
If you've seen
Sorry,
It
we love
Follows,
you.
she's the star.
Sorry, we do love you though. So they bring her in, and she's starting to put like pieces of this puzzle together, and until it gets to a point where she's able to decode one of the letters, her boss is like, "This is not a coincidence. What is happening?" You know
She
what I
starts connecting the dots, and then the boss is like, how come you're at all these spots?
Yeah, he's like, "This has been cold for literally
Yeah.
decades."
And all of a sudden you come in with all the information.
all this stuff. Yeah, it's
It's
happening.
a
Like,
little sussy.
what's your
don't you
tie?
think?
What's
Yeah.
your tie?
Yeah.
And then something happens where she gets a note, and then they're like, this guy knows you.
And
Like,
see,
why
if
does he know you?
If you listen to the plot and it's like, oh, she's a detective, and then she might have more than she realizes in common with the killer. It's like, don't think of it. It's not like that.
creepy.
It's not cliche. It's not boring. It is disturbing.
It's like,
at parts.
for me at least, because I've seen a lot of movies like that, it is cliche, but it does its own thing,
Okay.
which makes it better than
Okay.
a good majority of the similar kind
Good
of
point.
movies.
Good way to
Like
good way
it's
to put it.
it's very similar to Silence of the Lambs in the tone,
Yes.
And like
the
the
vibe and
anxiety.
everything,
And I
the
would say
anxiety.
It Follows as well. I felt like, and not just because of her, but because of the shots, the long, drawn
beautifully.
out, like that ambient stress. You feel that anxiety constantly, and there's some scenes that you're just waiting for that jump scare, and it's grueling. You know, like it's
Did you guys get
definitely-
scared?
Yeah, I got scared a lot.
I wasn't scared, but there was like a jump scare that I was like, oh shit.
There's a few jump scares, yeah.
But I wasn't ever like scared, like, holy fuck, that was great. Like, no, I was just
I was like sweaty. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was like sweaty because I was like so anxious. And two, we were there with our friend Nino, and he kept on like grabbing my arm and being like,
he does.
And I
You
was
and
like,
Nino
fuck.
were like,
We cannot be.
I was just like, I'm glad I'm not in between them.
He would be like,
They'd both be like,
and they were talking and like, oh my God, and like hitting each other. And I was like, Jesus, guys.
yeah,
But
I
they
didn't
had
get
fun. They
scared.
had fun.
I think I got creeped out. I was like, that's creepy. That's weird.
Two things, and then I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Long legs has nothing to do with spiders. Everyone that thinks I'm not gonna go see this movie because of spiders, and I've been told by
heard
like
anybody,
4.
yeah.
I swear to God, I had 2 people comment me or DM me, just being like, "Hey, is long legs about spiders?" Because I don't like arachnophobia. I'm super against. I'm like, guys, yes, it's fine. There's no spiders. So I just want to say, if anybody sees this post, it's not about spiders. It's fine. But I will also say it's very satanic. Like, holy shit. So hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
Do one of
your
these when you walk
butts.
in. Because it's like, whoo, it's dark. It's a dark movie. It's not a happy movie.
and it's not like, oh,
Oh, look at that. Speaking
look
of
at
the man
that.
downstairs,
It's your friend.
does anybody know? You know what that is a quote from? You know what movie that's from?
You know what movie this is from?
Give me a hint.
Tom Hanks.
Neighbors.
It's not even a Tom Hanks movie, I don't think.
What the fuck is that one movie
It's
called?
called.
It's close.
It's called The Burbs.
The Burbs.
You had it. You had it.
You know, you knew what I was
there.
talking
I thought you were
about.
going to go with Cable Guy. But
Cable
it was
Guy.
Like
You
close
knew what I was
enough.
talking about.
You're close enough. I liken on TikTok, the trend right now is people are taking videos of like their cats trying to get into like doors, like they're sticking their paws on the doors, and it's playing the voiceover of Nicolas Cage from Long Legs going like, "Let me in, and if you don't, I'll have to come back, not once, not twice, but many times." And then there's people like driving to work and they're going like, "Mama!"
If you guys, if you've
Yo,
seen
and
the
he
movie,
looks
you know.
creepy
I
as
want
fuck.
so that's the only complaint I have about Long Legs. I needed more Nicolas Cage in that movie.
true.
Honestly, I was shocked at how little. And two, I think they do a really good job of like, they don't really reveal him
Yeah.
for a lot of the movie until they do. And then you still don't see him a lot.
Well, that's the whole point of it, though, is how he's affecting people without even being there. That's a huge tie of the movie. It's so good. I really
But we
liked
don't
it.
know why
4
or
out of 5
how.
for me.
4 out of 5 for me as well.
I would say, I would say about 4 or 5.
It's damn good.
I definitely think you should watch this in theater. I think this is one that will be better in theaters.
That's the thing I
than
really
being at
enjoyed
home.
too, and I loved it because I hadn't. Now I did have a little bit complaint afterwards, but I hadn't been in a packed movie theater in
Right?
a long time. Like we've gone to press screenings and those are full just because of press, but this was like we didn't go to press screening for this. We just went to a showing.
We're normally
And this was like an added showing because all the others were selling out. And it was like a full theater of people like reacting to the movie.
yeah, it's fun.
Their marketing
I
team did a
like-
fucking excellent job.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was so fun.
And it wasn't like, I mean, Smile was fine, but like, you remember when everyone was like so stoked for Smile? Cause like they did such crazy stuff. And then Smile, everyone's like,
yeah.
So many people were like, Long Legs better be fucking good after all that marketing or I'm gonna be pissed. And it was.
I
It
remember
does live
telling
up
you guys,
to
I
it.
went to go see Smile, and it was like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
They gave away too much in the trailer for Smile, I think. Like,
Agree. And the only really like, oh, fuck part was the very last scene. And then they're like, guess what? Smile too. And I was like, okay.
But yeah, I remember like after the movie, I'd asked like you guys like, I was like, I don't like where I go to the movies. My theater's kind of like out of the city, so like it's usually kind of empty when I go to a movie. And I was like, do people just get up and walk the fuck around all the time in movies now? Like,
Dude, when
all the
I was
time
a kid,
somebody was getting up and going somewhere, and I'm just like,
Dude.
sit down.
it's because we live in a society.
This
Here it
world.
comes.
Where, like, I'm the
Sorry,
Joker,
you
baby.
old
We
guy.
live
I'm the Joker, baby.
in a world where
Joker,
everybody's on their
baby.
phones and they get bored and they walk away and
Oh
they
my
can
God.
just do that. No one has
This
any
could've-
consideration for being respectful in a movie theater anymore.
Wait. I have a theory though. I
game
think maybe
theory.
these people were so anxiety ridden that they're like, I have to
This
like.
was before the movie was like even starting, though. It
then
was
what the
nonstop.
fuck do you care if they're walking
No, because
around?
it started then and it didn't stop throughout the whole movie. It wasn't
wasn't
like
that many walking-
after the movie they halfway in they started leaving. It was like
there
guys,
wasn't that
what
many
the
people
fuck?
walking around. I don't know what the hell you're
Anyways.
talking about.
Long Legs, great. I watched a movie. I've been doing some TikTok lives.
Dude, you've been
You've
crushing
been
it.
crushing the TikTok
but-
lives.
been having hundreds of people in these TikTok lives watching.
Tomorrow, we got a big one coming.
Oh, we do.
So you and me are going to do a big, long, hard
Oh, damn.
stream together.
Oh, damn.
We're going to be on TikTok. We're going to get double, triple, quadruple those numbers.
You gonna get some roses thrown at you?
Oh, my
You gonna get some
God.
cowboy hats?
Catch them with my teeth.
But I've been doing kind of like, hey, recommend a horror movie
Yeah.
or I'll rate a horror movie. Every single time I've gone live, there's 2 horror movies that have popped up consistently.
Okay.
The Event Horizon
Love it.
and As Above, So Below.
Also liked it a lot.
I had never seen either of these movies until last
Haven't seen Event Horizon.
when I finally watched Event Horizon.
Oh my God. Wow.
Tony, I've been trying to watch As Above, So Below for so long. How did you watch it?
I didn't. That's what I was
But
going
it's
to get
coming
to.
up next. Okay.
It's not coming up next because it's not streaming anywhere, and I was not going to pay money
It
to
was
watch
just
it.
on
That's
Netflix forever.
That's exactly what I said.
No way.
When it
It's not
comes
free
back
anywhere.
around.
Son of a bitch.
But hey, I watched Event Horizon.
Yes. I've been waiting for you to talk about this movie forever.
You're not going to like what I have to say.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, didn't like it.
Go for it.
It was just so boring.
What's it about?
Man, so this is hot off of Jurassic Park Sam Neill. Okay.
Hot.
Hot off Jurassic Park.
He's still
like,
smoking.
yeah. And he's this, not a scientist, he's like an engineer kind of guy. Like spaceships.
It's all sci-fi.
Basically, they make a spaceship that goes out to Neptune
Neptune.
and then disappears for 7 years, and then it reappears suddenly. So they're like, we gotta go out there and check it out, see what's going on, make sure the crew's okay, and search and rescue mission, right?
Where have you been?
We're on a search and rescue mission. And Sam Neill, he's the guy that built her, designed and not built, but he designed Event Horizon and
all his fault.
its capabilities of how it travels.
Okay.
Because he says the way Event Horizon travels is through a wormhole, basically. He describes it very nicely where he's like, I don't have a piece of paper to do it like he did, but I'll use my lanyard here. So he's like, this is one point in time and this point in time. And you think to travel from here to here, you got to go straight across. But he's like, if you fold it, you're right here. And you just go, you're right there, right across. I'm like, oh, well, thanks, Sam Neill.
It's like Interstellar.
Yeah. So anyways, they go out there, they find Event Horizon. There's like, oh my God, there's life forms on the ship, but there's no people. What's going on? Ooh, spooky.
There's life forms on it?
So they go on there and it's basically like a haunted ship.
Like it's abandoned.
The ship's empty, but it's haunted. It's the people, like they find security footage of the people there. They gone crazy. And yeah, it went really crazy.
Think of it almost like The Thing, where they're all trapped and paranoid and psychologically lost their minds.
Okay. Yeah.
But they're stuck in a spaceship.
And time is warped.
Time doesn't.
No, time's not warped for them. Like they're just out
Yeah.
there. It's fine.
But if they're in a wormhole,
They're not in the wormhole. That's how it travels.
That's how it came back 7 years later and just popped right back into the normal existence. Because it was like, you guys have been gone for 7 years. Where have you been?
I'm not smart enough to understand this at all. So
don't worry about it.
I'm not going to ask any more
It's not very
questions about
important.
the wormhole.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
It's not
gonna-
important. Basically, it went through wormhole. By the time it came out, crazy shit has happened, and it's haunted. And there's like the machine that makes it travel is alive somehow.
Oh.
and is like possessing Sam Neill, and he like becomes like the physical embodiment of the ship.
Okay.
And he's like, "You're not leaving the ship."
It's like super psychological.
there's a lot of like talk of like, "You're not getting off the ship," and I kept going like, "Part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship,
Part of the crew.
Love it.
But yeah, basically, it's just people start like going crazy and dying in there, and
But like, there's some crazy scenes where you're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, yes.
ugh. Like the guy that's all filleted open and sprung out, like with his
Yeah,
wings of
there's some-
skin. And then there's like the kid scene where you're like, oh, like with all the.
I think my problem is I just didn't care about any of the characters.
Okay.
Tony,
just didn't
Tony
care.
needs to have a connection.
I
He
do.
does,
Like
he
I want to
does.
feel like I want to be
Love.
like, oh, that guy's cool or that guy's funny or like something, but everybody's just like, "Brr," and I'm like,
I like
"Meh."
Event Horizon strictly because it's kind of. I've seen so many movies with that, like, ooh, it's a psychological thing where I don't know if I can trust you because you might be manipulated. And it's like, eh. But I think this is kind of like what really brought that in, like that genre of psychological horror. It wasn't like huge. Like I feel like Event Horizon was kind of one of those like pretty huge stepping stones into newer sci-fi and like horror
guess so,
sci-fi.
yeah.
Because I mean, like it's a pretty old movie, but like it
I
was.
will say it's like the biggest horror sci-fi of that
That's
time.
kind of
for
what
sure.
I mean. Is like, even if you don't like it as much, respect it for like being like a, whoa, this is a new idea.
I will say this.
It inspired so much is what I'm
Now,
going to say.
I sat down, and I don't want to say it's what made up my mind the rest of the way, because it didn't. I gave it a fair chance. I saw the director's name pop up.
Who?
Paul W.S. Anderson.
That sounds
Who
really familiar.
never makes good movies. So I saw his name pop up, and I was like, oh, boy.
You had a bias.
I was like, oh, boy. He, if you don't know, he made all the Resident Evil movies, all 19 of them. How
Nice.
fucking many
With
they
Mila
are.
Jovovich?
Yeah, like I think they got married. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they're together. They're married, yeah.
Yeah, they made like,
You don't like those movies?
God, no.
Are you
Oh my
serious?
God.
I love those movies. I've only seen a few of them, but
I mean, I loved the first 3 video games.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
the
heard they're
games
making
are
a
cool.
movie. I'm like, all right. And then I watched the first movie. I'm
yeah,
like,
no.
This is nothing like
this
it.
is nothing like the
They
first
went off
video
the
game.
rails.
Well,
Like,
wow.
it's, but if you don't care about the video game, then you might
Yeah.
like it.
And I remember one night, me and my parents, we had like a double feature zombie thing. I think we watched Resident Evil 3, maybe 2 or 3, and Shaun of the Dead. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Shaun of the Dead's
Duh.
amazing.
That's your.
And my dad was like, "Well, I like Resident Evil better." And I
Yeah,
was
because
like,
she's hot.
It's like, but it's just they're terrible movies. They're really bad.
So what? Okay.
But I will say, out of the Paul Anderson movies I have seen, Event Horizon's his best.
Okay, good.
So
Which
what would you?
Trust me, it's not saying much. I'm sorry to just be shitting all over you, Paul Anderson, but like, I'm sure you're a very nice person, but I don't like these movies.
Damn.
How many
I like one-
wormholes would you give it?
How many wormholes?
Out of 5, I give it like 2 out of 5.
All right.
2
Two's better than what I thought it was
I'll give
going
it
to
like
be.
2 out of 5. Just because it was like, like, all right, I see what you've done for your time. But like, oh my God, the amount of people that have been telling me about this movie for so many years.
I mean, it's a sci-fi horror classic, dude. It's inspired Dead Space. It inspired No Man's Sky. It inspired like so many huge sci-fi things that came out after.
Inspired me to check how much time is left in this movie.
Then again, you are also not the best person to have like judging movies on length because you already are biased.
Huh. Don't ever judge me on length. Let's get out of here. Let's
we
end this
done?
episode.
Did
Yeah.
we finish it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right.
Thanks
Cool.
for listening to the Scaredycast,
Thanks
everybody.
for listening. Make sure to go to scaredycast.com to be able to keep updated with everything that we're doing because it's a lot.
So there's a whole lot coming up, guys.
So much.
Yeah.
And patreon.com/scaredycast to give some extra support while we're on the road.
And get yourself some extra content. Also, check out our giveaway. All right. Love y'all. See y'all next week.